I wonder what number episode this is for the Secret Heart Club. And just so you know, there is just how these videos air for the Secret Heart Club. Their counterpart is the Secret Heart podcast. So you can watch these videos, or you can listen to the audio on YouTube podcasts as well. Hey, Boston. So I am 3+Kei. I'm just an honest Christian here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. And this space right here is called the Secret Heart Club. Welcome to the Secret Heart Club. Everyone does their part to bring love. We love day. We love Jesus at the Secret Heart Club. So today was good. As you know, we're doing 1% better every day. So I got a little tired of myself doing 1% better every week. It's like, what is that even? And what kind of progress is there to be made if you're making one tweak in your life per week? So I pulled up my big girl pants, and we're doing one thing a week, or excuse me, one thing a day. And the thing for today was to go to my website and input the information for the professional friend business that I'm starting. And then it occurred to me, I went to kind of go do that, but the issue is you need words to actually write. You don't just get up on your website and do all that work and then wing it, right? So I actually just put up a blurb of, I wrote up a little blurb of who, what, when, where, why, how, who, 3+Kei, what, encouraging you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education, where, in my town in Montana, and also online, when, every single week, and how. And it's very simple. We will establish what your goals are and then create a plan, or not. Because here's the thing. There are life coaches, and I'm not here to bash what a life coach is or anything like that. What I'm doing is not, I am not supposing that I have a framework for you to apply to your life. The whole concept with being a professional friend is you're sitting at the table with your girlfriend. You're like, oh, I need to lose some weight. Maybe you do need to lose some weight. I'm not the kind of friend that would be like, no, girl, you look beautiful at any size. Maybe you do, or maybe you do need to lose a little bit of weight. So what does it look like? Like, how do we move forward with that? We need to find activities for you to engage in that's fun for you, right? Because if the obvious thing is like you need to do cardio, maybe running on a treadmill isn't it. Maybe Zumba is it. Maybe you want to take walks through your neighborhood because you're an introvert, right? I just want to support people going through life. Boston says, not to bring negative energy, but someone went on my channel saying I couldn't post about my king LeBron, but seriously, they're mad at one of my subscribers for having my back. Boston, do what you want to do. If it's such an issue, it'll get reported and it'll get taken down. But remember what I was telling you about, kind of like what I'm doing now too. When you start to move forward and your channel is starting to take off, people, places, and things are going to come and try to block your blessings. It's called the enemy. If God said, listen, my guy Boston is going to have a premium sports card YouTube channel, of course people are going to come out of the woodworks, because it's so much easier to say, oh, you can't do this on your channel, instead of creating your own channel and you doing what you want to do. That's the nature of people. Don't worry about that person. Keep posting LeBron James if you want to. Boston says, saying they don't actually watch my videos and don't like me, I'm going to ban them. Yeah, ban them. I know there's a whole train of thought with people sometimes that like, oh, don't ban the haters, ban them. What's the point? Why are you around me? If you're not for me, you're against me. It's kind of like as simple as that. But anyway, I went to the gym today. I don't know that I really wanted to, but like I said, I'm wanting to get invited to the private powerlifting gym. And the only person I know that can invite me to that gym works at the gym I currently go to. And I want her to like see me working out and lifting weights and this kind of thing so I can get invited. And so that's the end goal with my own physical health is to be in this powerlifting club. So I went to the gym today and I stopped listening to music while I'm working out and started listening to podcasts. And I told you guys before, I listen to a lot of business podcasts, entrepreneurship, a lot of motivational content, and this kind of thing. And so I was listening to a podcast today, and the guest was saying that life has been relatively easy for her. She's a millionaire, and as she was growing up, she had a fairly likable personality, which lent a hand to people thinking she was credible. And do you know this? This is a side note. There's a thing called the halo effect. And this is why your physical appearance is important. There's a effect. And what that means, and it's a fact, when you are perceived as attractive, perceived as more honest and more credible, right? Which is why if you are good looking, sales is probably where you will, where you could be. Boston says, nice job. I'm trying to get to the gym more, but it's hard too with homework and school, but I get there a couple times a week. You know what? Do it. If you want, here's what I really think. In life, we do whatever we want to do. So even if it's homework, you'll figure it out. But maybe you do want to just go a few times a week, and that's okay. And I would say stand on it and be like, I go to the gym 3 times a week, and then stand on it, right? But if you want to be somebody who goes to the gym every day, then go do it. Ta-da! And I know people all the time say like, hey, Lord Poppy. I know all the time people say like, it's easier said than done. But I think that's a cop-out in general, because as humans, we find a way to the thing that we want. I was actually reading Proverbs 7, and it's about the adulterous woman. So there's a young man, and he's walking down the street, and up comes a woman dressed seductively. And she's like, come drink with me and come home with me and we'll love all night. And don't worry about my husband. He won't be back for a few days, and come with me. And it's like, that's what happens in life is we get distracted. There's always going to be something that looks very, very enticing to us. But if we keep the goal in mind, in this case, the man wants to keep his integrity. The young man wants to keep his integrity and not participate in this like lustful affair with this married woman, right? And so that's what happens is he bypasses her because that's what his true desire is. And so that's what he did. Lord Poppy says, it is easier said than done. I have a whole gym next to my office, which is in my house, but I can't do heavy workouts right now. Don't do them. Don't do them. You're pregnant. Don't do them. You know what I mean? Brody Talk says, you matter. Don't give up. Yeah. And that's my whole point is like, we will move toward what we want. And there needs to be an honesty in what we don't want. Like, I didn't necessarily want to go to the gym today, but the real reason why I would go, which is the private powerlifting club, that's what made me go. So I do actually want to go. And I get into these things all the time. I was talking to one girl. This is when I was in college, and she was a younger girl, maybe like 18, 19. And she was like, yeah, my mom is missing my brother's football game or whatever, and she really wants to be there. And I was like, well, if she wanted to be there, she just would. And the girl said, no, she has to work and she has to do all this. And it's like, yes, she does have to work. So what she wants to do is go to work to make money instead, right? Like, she wants to do that more so that there's a roof over the head and food on the table. So you can't say like she wants to go to the game more. That doesn't make any sense. And we just need to be honest. Like, we all make choices at the end of the day. Brody says, I'm trying to be a motivational speaker and trying to help others in life through tough times, but I'm at 55 subscribers trying to start my own business. You know what we do here? We are not haters in this space, Brody. If you comment on one of my videos, because I can't go into your channel right now. If you comment on one of my videos, I'll check your channel out, and then I'll subscribe. So there you go. But let me tell you something. Go be a motivational speaker. You know, start posting videos tomorrow. And so write a script. So first of all, do some brainstorming, maybe like go for a walk and think about the things you want to motivate people toward, who your target audience is, this kind of thing. And then write like a loose script, like an outline, kind of like that. And then go over it. Is this something I can talk about? Do I have authority on this subject? Yes, no. And then get your phone out, or you don't need, I'm talking on a phone right now. Get your phone out and record and throw that video up. And worst case scenario, in 10 years from now, when you're bigger than Tony Robbins or E.T. the Preacher, people will look back at your video on August 8th, 2025, and they'll be like, oh man, he's come so far. But it starts with posting that very first video, right? Brody says, yeah, a lot of people tell me the same. I have 10 videos up right now. Good. And I'm trying to start a book. Don't try, just do it. And I don't mean to be offensive when I'm telling you guys this, like, to just do it. Because I used to be there, right? When somebody's like, just go do it. And it's like, well, I can't because of this, that, or the other. And it's like, you can't or you don't want to. Either you do something or you don't, right? And when you do it, you might do it poorly. You might do it slowly. You might do it insufficiently, but you still went ahead and did it. Not doing it is simply just not doing it. It's like an inaction. You know what I mean? Brody says, to be honest with you, I wish I can transition my old account with 30,000 subs on my channel right now. That's not what's happening, my guy. Respectfully. I hope you hear, I hope you hear my heart, but respectfully, this isn't your old channel. This is your new channel. And so your new channel, if you made 30,000 on your last channel, then you're going to make, I mean, to me, right? I think you're going to make 30,000 on this new channel and then build on top of it. And look, Boston, left a comment on your channel, I promise you, Brody, we are not haters in this space. We encourage one another. Even on my channel, I encourage people to drop their links or whatever they're doing. We want everybody to thrive. We want everybody to be a part of the Secret Heart Club. Oh, it's Scott. Yay. And Lord Poppy says, okay, I'll be right back. My toddler is climbing on his built shelves. He thinks bedtime is a party. Don't they, though? Hey, remember that? One thing I've been thinking about lately is how to get my energy back up. Some of you guys are kids on here, so you don't know what I'm talking about, but some of us are adults and we have depleted energy, and I'm not sure where it goes. Do you know what I mean? Brody says, I hate that I lost my email. I made $10,000 a month and I couldn't claim it because I forgot to sign up. I'm going to say this so respectfully and lovingly. Let it go. Let it go tonight. The 30,000 subscribers, the $10,000, let it go tonight. And then tonight we build again. Tonight we've got this again, right? Here's the thing. And I say this for those of you who are in America, and no disrespect to anybody who's not in America, but this is truly the land of opportunity. And so if you want something, simply go get it. And then you could be like, Lakeitha, what do you mean simply? I don't have the capital. I don't have the connections. Well, then work 3 or 4 jobs and get the capital. Study finance so you can figure it out. Improve your appearance so that you can make better connections. Improve the way that you speak. That's one thing I see on people sometimes. You have improper grammar. If that's what you want, then fine, but you lose credibility. And what you want is credibility on the subject matter that you're talking about, right? And so go get it. Brody says, I'm Canada, no offense taken. You know, like, let's go get it, guys. It's 2025. Our economy is crazy right now. Another thing, our stuff, our prices are about to increase. The tariff was last Saturday, so we're going to see this increase by the end of the month. Are you gonna? Here's one thing I tell people. People are crying about the eggs. The eggs are so expensive. I can't believe the eggs. You know what I tell people? The egg whites at Costco only went up $1. Go get the egg whites from Costco. Do you know what I mean? You're so caught up on the eggs, pivot to the egg whites. They're healthier for you anyway. And they went from $9.99 to $10.99. Boom. You know, we got to think outside the box. You got to go get it. Or you could spend at Costco $15, $20 on those big thing of eggs. For what reason? I don't know. You know what I mean? I just want you guys to like, and this is where the professional friend thing comes in. I'm not here to give you a framework. I'm not here to if you're watching this and you don't know me, I'm a social worker. So there's motivational interviewing. And the point of motivational interviewing is to elicit change talk. So I could talk, if you pay me, I can talk in circles with you and get you. I have the objective in mind. I need you to get sober. And then I'm going to talk to you for days and weeks and months trying to elicit change talk until you get the bright idea that you need to get sober. That's what I'm paid to do on my 9 to 5. What I'm doing on the side is the professional friend. That's the cheat code. That is, you're addicted to these cigarettes or these drugs or these alcohol? Do you want to quit? Yes or no? Yes, let's move toward the Lord. Let's move toward improving your physical health. Let's move toward addiction education. Or no, cool, let's go for a walk. I'm your professional friend. Do you see what I'm saying? You see the difference? You see the difference? Boston says Key is the best social worker. I try. I want to be, I have some wealthy friends that are social workers. And what they did, which is what I'm doing, what they did were while they were social workers, they built their wealth on the side so that they could continue to be social workers. That's what I would like for my life, is to continue retire a social worker, but also have additional income on the side. Because again, right, like, housing is crazy. Food is crazy. Clothing, transportation. There's a 25% tariff increase on imported cars. Like, everything is by the end of this month about to get crazy expensive. And the thing is, are you going to sit here and cry about it today, or you going to go get another job? You got to reduce your expenses. Like, what's the game plan? Don't sit here and cry all day. That's what makes me a professional friend. I mean, if you want to cry, stand on it and say, I'm going to sit here and cry about it. Or you could be like, I don't want this for me. I need something different. And then you stand on that and I'll help you with that. Right. All I want is for people to stand on what they're saying, what they're talking about. Scott says, do you guys know the story of Kyle Dinkkeller? No. Deputy Kyle Dinkkeller, do you know the story, Key? Nope. Brody says, bad person. Lord Poppy says, Lord Poppy says, I'll sit there and cry about it. My husband, he can't work. What? Can you say why? Do you need to do like a GoFundMe or something like that? I'll donate to your GoFundMe, Poppy. If I mean, I don't know what the situation is, but he was slain. He says, Boston says, how is everyone's night going so far? So far, so good, baby. Big Booty Scott says, he was a slain deputy killed by a Vietnam veteran in 1998. And then Brody says, tried, got school in the morning. Yep. And Lord Poppy says, no, he's autistic and has really bad agoraphobia because of it. Agoraphobia is a real thing. True story about me. I do not go to beaches that really do outdoor large spaces and this kind of thing. It's very debilitating. It's like a whole thing. Even going to Costco is like way too much. And true story, I strategize when I go to Costco. I really feel for him regarding that. Brody says, I'll donate, but I'm 16 and not of age for a credit card. Yeah. Scott says, what's agoraphobia? Agoraphobia is, in its most simplistic term, it's the fear of wide open spaces. And so it can cause extreme anxiety. And so depending on the severity of the agoraphobic, it could be like a little bit of a wide open space, like a mansion might be too overwhelming, or it could be a large open space, like what I was talking about, like a beach. If you think about like claustrophobic people, sometimes it's an elevator that's too much for them. Sometimes it's just like a regular room with a bunch of people. It just depends. Brody Talk says, I'm so sorry to say womp womp. I regret saying that. Sorry. Oh, I don't know what happened, but way to take accountability, bro. Way to take accountability. That's like a I've been on this like kick about superpowers that we have as humans. And I think accountability is a major superpower, to be like, oh, that was my bad. This is my fault. I'm responsible. It has a ripple effect, because not only are you being honest with yourself, but it also signals to other people that you have integrity, which can open up opportunities for you, because nobody wants to be around anybody that they can't trust. And so even if you mess up, and like everybody does, everybody messes up, right? It's kind of like, what do you do with it when you do mess up? You know what I'm saying? Brody says, yeah, I have severe ADHD and I have a learning disorder and a communication disorder. It sucks, but it's okay. I have a job, but it sucks. Yeah. Yeah, totally get it. You know, this space started, I have depression. As bubbly as I might seem, this space actually started because I was going through the deepest, darkest depression, and I decided to live stream it. What does it look like for me to work on my depression in real time? And so, as you know, this channel is about God, physical health, and persistent education. So I started reading scripture online, or like how I talked about Proverbs 7 today, just talking more about God. And then I got into the gym, right? And I ended up losing 17 pounds. And then I also started learning how to play this ukulele. I play it very terribly, but I started learning. But yeah, and now I'm not depressed anymore, but plot twist, it's going to come back. It's going to come back, you know? And so what does it look like to, if I know I have this affliction, biblically, it's called the thorn in your side. There's the Apostle Paul, and he's like a major, like, soldier for Christ, right? And he talks about this thorn that God put in his side that God refuses to remove. And Paul says that this thorn in his side, even though he doesn't say what it is, that weakness in him makes him dependent on God and reminds him that he's not perfect. Only Jesus Christ is perfect. And that's how I kind of look at this depression, is like, man, it really, let me put it this way. I make friends very easily. I do public speaking and I engage very well. And the depression is the thorn in my side. It weakens me because it reminds me that sometimes people are suffering from things that really put them down in the dirt. You guys should, you can look at the video. It's called Going Through the Motions. That was the first live stream I did. And I was barely even talking to the camera. I was so down in the dirt, you know. Scott says Jesus is a Chad. I love that. Jesus is a Chad. Brody says, I had 2 surgeries, almost died as a kid, and I had scoliosis surgery that was just last year, on March 11th, 2024. And it was painful. Sheesh, my guy. Sheesh. Waking up after surgery is the best surgery. Oh yeah, Scott had a surgery too. Best sleep. Yeah. But I'll say this, like, and this isn't me, like, I'm not meaning to be insensitive, but maybe like how we have our thorns is a way for us to pivot. Like, not everybody can be a football player, but maybe the short kid can be like school president. Does that make sense? Lord Poppy says, my job shows me every day that people really out here thinking they're too perfect to miss a payment. The Lord will humble you. If we don't know nothing else in this space, The Lord will humble you and let you not, whenever, and this is when it'll happen, when you start leaning on yourself, when you decrease dependence on the Lord, when you lean on your friend, when you decide to stand up straight by yourself without the Lord, just what Lord Poppy's talking about, you'll get humbled. You'll find out. People try to do it without God all the time. Good luck. And I mean that tongue in cheek. We all need Jesus. I was doing the absolute most. I was just thinking about I'm going to start advertising for the professional friend service. And we live in like kind of a small town. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if anybody's going to be like, Lakeitha back in the day used to blah, blah, blah. And believe me, I did quite a lot, but God. Lord Poppy says, I had a woman yell at me because I told her she might have accidentally hit e-statements when she went online, and she yelled out, don't you dare tell me I made a mistake. Baby, how else would it have happened? How else? I think that's another good trait people can have is, speaking of having accountability, the ability to be coachable. I just learned that one 4 years ago, the concept of being coachable. If you walk into every situation assuming you don't know everything, you allow yourself to thrive. And so I was just reading about it, the difference between intelligence and curiosity. You always want to surround yourself with curious people. The intelligent person already holds the information. Like you have the intelligent person knows that there are 3 apples in this basket. Good for you, Bernard. There are 3 apples in this basket. Got it. The curious person, however, might be like, why are there only 3 apples in this basket? Are there more apples? Because there's 4 of us. How do we get 4 apples into this basket? So you want to surround yourself with curious people, coachable people, people with accountability and integrity. That's what we're doing in 2025. Boston says, bye everyone. I have to go, but thanks for another great stream. Welcome, Brody, and everyone. Have a great day tomorrow. Thanks. See you later, Boston. We need an outro. I have the intro. Like when somebody comes that's come here before, you only get it if you've been here before, but it's, what we need is like a outro. I keep making songs. We have the Secret Heart Club, the intro. I'll work on. Oh, see what? See, look. See, Pablo from Chile is here. Play it backwards. Let's try it out. Does that work? Playing it backwards? I actually learned another one, but I forgot. I took some time to learn more chords, but I forgot what it is. Brody said, Brody says, I got to wake up at 5 a.m. So I'm going to see y'all amazing, kind-hearted people and love y'all. God bless. We're here every night, Brody, 8:05 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. But talk to you later. This is a YouTube family right here. It is. We've started to really get to know one another. Yay, Brody. Kind of like with this space and with the professional friend, it's really everyone deserves a friend. And I don't know if everyone watching this has a friend, but everybody deserves a friend. And it's not always the case. Actually, there's a whole loneliness epidemic right now. So many, and statistically for some demographics, there's a majority of people that don't have a friend. So what we've created here is, I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend. And on top of that, I'm a social worker. Anybody in this space, and my neighbors, I've extended it, my friends in real life, my friends on here, and my neighbors, I give free social work advice to. So you guys can ask me anything from a professional standpoint too. And I'll help if I can. I'm not in your town. So Pablo says, it's nice of you. Ace Clee says, phones are substituted for friends. Simpatico means nice. So I think he's saying it's nice of you, Scott. Phones are substituted for friends. And it's hard because we kind of, you got to think to yourself, and you'll hear me kind of go off, but how good of a friend are you really? I think people, not I think, I know for a fact, people they're not intentional friends. They're not like, oh, let me do this kind thing for my friend. Like if you're dating someone, you're going to be doing the things and keeping their interest. We get friends and then that's it. And we don't put in any effort. And on top of it, even worse than that, we're like, well, they know I'm here. How would somebody know that you're here for them if you're not there for them on their best day? What comfort do they have that you're there for them on their worst day? If you haven't talked to somebody, and I talk to people all the time and they're like, I didn't know this was going on in your life. Yeah, we don't talk. Like, who's, you don't know anything about me. Are we friends? No, we just slap a loose title on it, and I'm kind of over it. And the professional friend thing actually came about. I was like, I wish I had a me as a friend. I wish I had myself as a friend, somebody to encourage me, somebody that wants to like hang out and do productive things and we can move one another forward. Occasionally I cry. I know I talk a lot about, people cry all the time these days. I cry a little bit too from time to time. You know what I mean? And so sometimes it's good to have a friend that's like, yeah, life does suck, without the caveat of like, what are you going to do about it, Lakeitha? I just want to say life sucks right now. Ace Clee says, do women allow social pressures to keep them from maturing in relationships? That's a really good question. I think everyone does. I think we live in a society, especially with social media, when we're comparing ourselves to one another. I think we're competitive in nature as friends, instead of taking a mindset of, you, my friend, are part of a community. You're part of my community. And in our community, we help one another build. Most people don't have that mindset. Even here, I know you just kind of clicked in, Ace Cleese, but like, even in this space, I encourage people to subscribe to one another. You know what I mean? Like, let's support one another. Let's build with one another. Even, I think it's Boston. Is it either Boston or Jackson? Their channel, whichever one, has grown by thousands more than mine in the same amount of time. But we're not haters in this space. I still, every time one comes up, I like it. And then I comment on it every single time. And it's not even a matter of like your success is my success because I don't know them, but they're a part of this community. And that alone means we want them to thrive. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, launching this professional friend thing, guys. It should be interesting. It should be a wild ride. Worst case, this is what I said. Worst case scenario, because I spent $35 on the business cards. Worst case scenario, I'm out $35 by the end of this year. Best case scenario, turns out there's people that would like a friend / social worker in their lives, and I can quit my direct 9 to 5 by the end of the year, or any variation of any of that. But if I'm going to leave you guys with this, like, this economy is about to change. So figure out what your goals are and then start tomorrow. Stop the whining and the crying about why you can't do something, and just pretend those excuses don't exist, and then just go do it. Just go do it and start tomorrow, because it's about to get real out here in these streets. You know what I mean? Put God first. He won't fail you. I'm going to pray us out and then take off. Dear Lord, thank you for this time together. I thank you for putting Proverbs 7 in front of me today with the adulterous woman. Lord, you know what's on the hearts of the people here and the type of goals that they want, the type of desires, and whether or not they believe it can actually happen for them, Lord. But what I'm requesting is that you give them the wherewithal to push forward and take the first step tomorrow in your name. As long as everything is God glorifying, Lord, we know that you'll bless it. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow, 8:05 Mountain Standard Time. Talk to you later.